All right, guys, round number one. And we've got a keep here. We've got one of our best cards with Krenko, and then we've also got Flinthoof Boar for just a nice turn two to kind of keep us alive. Plus, Prey Upon can keep the Exalted deck off of our back, so we are not going to mulligan. I just got back from Vegas, had a poker trip down there, and stayed up perhaps a bit too late. All right. Centaur Courser is a great follow-up. We're going to be able to go Flinthoof Boar into Centaur Courser into Krenko. So that's pretty awesome. So let's lead off with the Boar. We cannot give it haste because we're actually casting it on curve here. But so it goes. All right, Dragon Hatchling, do not care about that card. Like, if this is his whole plan, then we're very happy about that. All right, so we can play one of these two cards. Yeah, I think we just curve out because this thing is going to get bigger. So it's going to get a +1/+1. The question is do we want to prey upon it now and just get it out of the sky? It's one of the only ways he can really beat us. We also could just race him. I mean, if we go Centaur Courser into Krenko, and then we could even do a play where we do like a Force Mage and then prey upon it or something to kill this thing. But it is going to get bigger. So when he untaps, it's going to be a 1/2, but he can pump it so that it'll trade with prey upon. But I think his plan is just to race us here. So I think we're okay with just beating down. Yeah, I'm gonna take that line. I think this makes more sense than using up our entire turn with the prey upon here. I mean, it's nice to get that thing out of the way, but it's going to be a slow death, and it looks like he wants to race as well. So let's see what his plan is, because we can hit him for 8 if he attacks and like pumps. We can hit him for 8. He's not going to attack. All right, so we've got a decision here about what we want to do. We can either just attack with both, in which case he makes a trade, and we say sure. He uses up 2 of his mana, and then we can play Krenko. Or we can prey upon right now. He pumps up his guy, kills it, and then we play Yavis Force Mage. 1, 2, 3, 4. So another thing we can do is we can play Force Mage right now, like let's say pump the Centaur Courser or the Boar, and then prey upon after the pump, and then he won't have enough to actually kill it. I kind of like that plan the best. It also leaves a 2/2 behind. Sure, it's not Krenko, but we can use Krenko to clean up after. So let's do this, because this gets us in a ton of damage as well. Also, if he's got a Searing Spear, he'll use it, and we get to get that out of his hand, which is also sweet. If he uses his Searing Spear in response to this trigger, then we can prey upon this thing, and he won't have enough to pump. So this looks like a good line, I think. So which creature? Doesn't matter. They're both just 3/3s at this point. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll do it on the Boar, I guess. So let's see if he's got that Searing Spear that we passed. Doesn't look like it. All right, so prey upon these two guys. And he just took it. All right, so now he's just going to take 8. And we've got 1 away from lethal on the table. All right, he is a very classy guy. He's typing some unsavory words into the chat, to say the least. All right, well, looks like the Dragon Hatchling deck isn't working well for him this time. All right, this draw is significantly worse, but it's still a keep. He's got a Mog Flunkies. That's kind of scary, but let's see what he does. If it comes down to it, we can play this thing as a 1/6 if we're really worried about the flunkies. Yeah, now he's got a bunch of dudes, so, well, actually, let's see what happens here. We're going to play out the Courser, and that's going to prevent him from attacking, basically. If he wants to attack, then we can throw the Knight, this thing in front of the Knight or the Soldier. Nope, he's got Flames of the Firebrand, and instead he gets to hit us for 6 for 8. Oh, man, he just hit us for a ton. All right, so things are looking significantly worse for us. But I think I like just running out Primal Hunt Beast here. This should take away a lot of his options. If he wants to attack with everything again, then we get to block his Knight, and he has to have some type of a pump spell. Which he might. Yeah, we're going to try to push this game as long as we can, I think. So let's see if he wants to attack. Yeah, he doesn't. He can't even attack us. So what that means is I can play Primal Clay and Arbor Elf this turn. The question is, what do I want to make Primal Clay? I think I actually just want to make it a 3/3 as well. It's not the most defensive option. If we make it a 1/6, that's the most defensive option, but it's still a defensive option, and it can block and actually eat guys. Instead, the 1/6 can only eat this. So let's do that. I think that's a fine play. And then we've also got the Arbor Elf here, but we're just going to be, shipping the turn back, and until we draw one of our bombs. All right, he's got a Furnace Whelp, so that could be an issue. I didn't bring in the our Plummet. But I think that now I might if we lose this game. I didn't Furnace Whelp. Furnace Whelp is fine. It's the other one that I don't care about. All right, so he is going to beat us down, and he's got us on a really quick clock here. He's also got a Slumbering Dragon. Well, I guess we're not dead yet. This doesn't look as good versus him either. Yeah, we can still draw one of our removal spells to take out this Furnace Whelp. Ooh, that's bad. He's only doing it for 5. So that means he's got Chandra's Fury, I guess? Or just a Spear? Well, he's letting us do it. Okay. That's a card. Yeah, he's just got a burn spell. All right. It was Volcanic Geyser. Okay, so what do we need to do here? We need to bring in Plummet. We just saw we've seen 3 different flyers from him now. Silklash Spider is going to do some work, but Plummet's definitely something that we want. We could also consider Volcanic Strength and Fog. I don't think I want to be messing around with Jam Daytome. We could even bring in Walls of Fire if we really wanted to go defense, but I think our guys actually play fine defense. Centaur Courser is good on defense. We've got things like Arms Dealer, and we've also got a Kite Sail. So I think just the Plummet's okay. What do we want to lose here? Blade Tusk Boar is actually pretty bad versus him. Most of his guys can block it. I think either that or I want to cut one of these 5-drops, which would be this guy. Yeah, I think I'll cut him. Okay. I would like to play first. All right, so we've got an Arbor Elf into nothing. Well, into a Primal Hunt Beast. I think this is actually a keep, though. Turn 1 Arbor Elf is going to be really good versus him, I think. We need to draw spells, obviously, but yeah, we've got a lot of spells. I like this hand better on the draw just because it gives us more options, but I still feel like this is a pretty solid keep. Yeah, solid might not be the best word, but all right, so we're going to beat him down. And we're going to get the turn 3 Hunt Beast, and then if we can draw any of our 5s or anything really, we can have a pretty explosive start here. All right, he's got a War Priest. Okay, there we go. And he's hitting on double white. So we have the option here of playing Primordial Hydra for 2. I think I'm going to go with the Hunt Beast here. That might be wrong. I'm not really sure. But I'm going to go with the Hunt Beast. Huh. Is that right? Didn't know that. I haven't actually played those yet. All right, let's see if he's got red. All right, he does have red. So that means that we can wait just a little bit here, and we can play around flames, which I think I like doing. Yeah, Flames and Searing Spear we play around if we wait one turn to play out the Hydra, and I think I prefer doing that, especially since we're under no pressure right now. You know, he's gonna hit us for 2 here, which is fine. Okay. See what he's got for his 4-drop. He's got a Griffin Protector. That's fine. It's a little bit awkward because I'd like to just kill it, but I think it's more important for us to get out the Primordial Hydra right now because it's going to start threatening huge beats. Like, he's going to make him have an answer almost immediately. Waiting an extra turn on it is an interesting choice because it certainly is a bummer if the thing just gets instantly Searing Speared. But at the same time, if he doesn't have it, the earlier you get the thing going, the quicker it kills them. But I just don't feel like we're under that much pressure right now. We've got 2 good removal spells in hand as well, and I just feel like we've got the time to wait here. So let's see what he's got for his big play here. He's going to attack with both. We can't block with the Hydra. I mean, we technically could, but that just seems too risky. And he's got a Furnace Whelp. All right, so this is good. We get to make an 8/8. It doesn't have trample yet, but it will soon. And we're going to get to just torch him here. So let's Prey Upon. Did he play this post-combat? Oops. That sucks. Let's get this thing out of the way. Sorry about the swear words there, or at least the attempted ones, but he was clearly tilted. All right, we're going to move on to the second round after this.